Hey, Tony, I finally got my email back from Netflix.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I contacted them because I wanted to see if they had Batman Forever. They said no, just to the end of the month.
good one.
Welcome to the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube. It's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. Great to have you here. If you're joining us on the Rewind, thank you for spending some time to watch the show. It's going to be a very good show tonight. First off, apologies to everyone who waited. It was totally my fault that we started a little bit late. I'm having some audio issues with my Yeti microphone. The computer decided the other day that it didn't want to recognize it at all. So I was trying to system restore, and that did me absolutely no good, even though it took almost 2 hours. So for my audio tonight, I do apologize for that. It's probably not as clear as it is in the past. I found out I was having problems because Jean Malo had his 100 sub party on Actual Dracula's channel. And I actually joined. Here's something that people don't know. Actual Dracula knows this, and Gary B knows this, because we were all backstage. They could hear me. I couldn't hear them at all. That's when I realized what began a big tech problem for me all weekend long that still isn't resolved. But Jean, I congratulate you on 100 plus subs. It's so well deserved. You're such an amazing supporter to the community. I'm sorry that I tried getting on the live stream. It just didn't work out, but in heart, I was there. James is here. Warlord, how you doing? Good to see you there. We have Tony Fett here. And I don't know who this is. That's unexcused absence. Let's see, Super Russ 9000. He has stopped by to see what's going on.
Appreciate that.
And I don't know what's happening.
So, I don't know. I am kind of a tech whiz, but I had no idea what your problem was. So I
have so many problems. Some of them are tech related and some aren't.
Well, some I'm qualified to help you with. Others, I refer you.
Yeah. Okay. Life coach. But thank you all. Yeah, I did see, because I was watching, Jean was on the stream for just a little bit, and then he got kicked out of his own stream.
Oh, man, that sucks.
So he understands what's going on with tech problems, but congratulations, Jean. That's awesome that you hit 100. I remember when I hit 100, that was a great feeling, because I was happy. I was happy to have 5, and then when you get into triple digits, it's like, hey, look at
I remember when I hit 50, I was like, holy cow, I got 50 subs.
Yeah.
I told my wife or whatever, and I had a 50 sub celebration.
Hashtag rigged.
He won his own giveaway. Wouldn't that be something?
He won his own giveaway. But thank you guys for joining us for Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. So Tony, I told you that we're going to do something extra special tonight.
Yes.
Did you see? I put it in the description and on the thumbnail. Did you see what it is?
I saw the thumbnail. I did not read the description.
Okay. We're going to do an NFT reveal tonight.
Awesome.
So, because I have so much excess money to play with, just to throw away on things like NFTs, I bought one this week. And I have it. It's minted, but I haven't done the review.
You don't know what it is. Now, what theme is it? Is it DC?
Yeah, it's DC. I bought it from the DC. DC's been doing an NFT like every week for the last couple weeks.
Oh, geez, that's got to be rough.
And all of their NFTs sell out instantly.
Yeah.
And this one was no exception. It's already, regardless of what level of rarity it is, I paid $10 for it. Plus, they had some service fees or something and tax. The lowest it's going for right now is $25.
Oh, so
I've already
worth
doubled
something right out of the gate. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to, since it's minted, I have not looked, and you'll see when we get to that screen that it has not been revealed yet. And I'm going to do the live reveal on our show later on tonight. So I thought that'd be kind of fun.
Very cool. Yeah, no, that's cool. That is really cool.
Yeah. But I'm not going any further without saying hi to Kenneth Bird. He always stops by to see us, and it's so appreciated.
Absolutely.
I so appreciate it. And Nigel's here too. Desire.
Nigel,
what you doing?
What's up, man?
Yeah, good to see you guys. Did you have a good weekend, Tony?
A hectic weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was my 4-year-old's first Christmas pageant today, so that was way longer than I anticipated.
Almost as long as the System Restore?
Almost as long. In fact, it was longer than the System Restore.
Okay.
And it was at a church that I've never been to. And I wasn't aware that it was a bilingual church. Nothing wrong with that, but like I didn't know when she was going to be on stage. I was like, I'm just going to stay for the whole thing. Well, I stayed through the Spanish half too. I don't speak Spanish, so I was like, man, am I in the right place?
See?
So I was very confused and worried that I was in the wrong spot, but I was just early, so to speak. But that's okay.
Yeah.
It was fun. And then Saturday, I forget, I had to run out to all the malls and stuff and find her a new Christmas dress. So it was fun. I did get a chance to hit up the old LCS.
Nice.
So here's my book show. I got the cover I wanted. I'm so happy.
Oh, I'm excited to see
I thought it was going to be gone, and they only had one left.
Nice. That was meant to be then.
It was.
Yeah. So what we got for DC Comics news today for this
Holy
week?
cow, you won't even know. We got
lots?
Lots. We could do a show just with the news that we have.
Wow.
You could. It's been real good. So I'm gonna pop my screen up real quick. I'm gonna use this one. So this is the poster reveal for Blue Beetle. Pretty cool. I like it. Doesn't give anything away.
Nope.
I am worried about this movie, though. I'm very worried about this movie. I'm also very excited for this movie.
What are you worried about?
It is an obscure character. So I'm having Black Adam kind of vibes. The reason people were like, oh my gosh, it didn't do as good as it projected. Well, of course it didn't. It's a character that most people aren't going to know unless they're big DC fans. Same with the Justice Society. Like they don't know who that is. They might know who Hawkman is, but that's pretty much about it. And I think that's going to happen here with Blue Beetle. What I would have done is I would have put Blue Beetle somewhere else before he would have gotten a solo movie. That's just me, but you know, whatever. Yeah. Cause I mean, if you don't know what Blue Beetle is, you see this poster and you're like, oh, Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
They're making a Beetleborgs movie. And I can see where people get that mistake. So we'll see. Hopefully this movie does really well and I'm completely wrong. It's happened once or twice. I'm going to give a huge potential spoiler alert to anybody. This is not confirmed. This is heavy speculation, but there is a possibility that this is real and it has something to do with the Wonder Woman Shazam cameo. And this article, like it says, has potential spoilers. So this is your warning. Stop here. Give us a couple minutes. We'll talk about it. We'll come on back and we'll have you. Yeah. So what happens is they kind of went into detail about Wonder Woman's role in this movie. And if it's true, it's not just a small, like, one and done kind of thing. She plays a big role. So this is Lucy Liu's character, Calypso. She's one of the daughters of Atlas. We know that. That's not spoilery. She gets a hold of one of the wizard's staffs. And her and Billy fight over it. She is able to turn Shazam back into Billy. Kills Billy. Wonder Woman, this is where Wonder Woman comes in, and because she's from the same pantheon of gods, is able to somehow reverse this. Keep in mind, Wonder Woman, if you recall in Wonder Woman 1984, she's able to do really small spells, really small magical spells. And I'm guessing that's what happens here. She does some kind of small magical spell, puts the staff back together because she breaks it, brings Billy back. and then they go on to fight Calypso. So it
So
sounds like
probably
it's
like a beginning of the third act.
yeah. This sounds like a third act piece. So it sounds like we see a Shazam Wonder Woman team up, which would be awesome, which would be so cool.
Yeah.
That takes care of this bit of news. I'm going to give you an opportunity because this is comic book related. Do you have any Wonder Woman Shazam news you want to talk about in the comic book world?
But
Okay.
I do want to say hello to I Collect a Lot.
What's up, I Collect a Lot? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. This is a great segue into the next article. Wonder Woman and Shazam are getting a team up comic series.
Oh, it's about time.
It is about time. Again, they come from the same gods. So they've been in like Justice Leagues together, but not like not a solo, but like a duo with them.
So is this a miniseries or a one shot?
This is a 6-issue miniseries, and it's called Lazarus Planet: Revenge of the Gods.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Then I just didn't realize that was a Wonder Woman Shazam. I know what you're talking about because the B cover for issue 1 is very Wonder Woman heavy B cover.
They have the covers here. You're talking about this one?
Nope.
I forget. There's a whole bunch of covers. I think this is the A cover. It doesn't specify, but I think this is the A cover. It looks like a good cover though. But yeah, this is a Wonder Woman and Shazam team up. I was really excited for this news. And after reading it, I'm slightly less excited.
Okay.
And I'll explain. It's because it's written by G. Willow Wilson, who I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
Just not my style, really. But maybe this issue will turn it around for me. She did a brief stint on Wonder Woman Rebirth, which I didn't really care for. So that was my first introduction to G. Willow Wilson, was on her Wonder Woman run. But who knows? Maybe this is awesome, and I just don't know what I'm talking about.
I see that there's a backup written by Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad. Now, I enjoy their writing. I think that
they're very good. They're very good.
They are Wonder Woman's current writers, among other things.
And I'm surprised they didn't take this on as a project. I'm surprised. I guess maybe not surprised they reached out to G. Willow Wilson. I have no idea how the process works. I mean, maybe she pitched this idea and this is how it's going. I have no idea. But this comes on sale March 14th, so mid-March. You'll see this on the shelves. Some of these covers are pretty cool. Billy and Mary Marvel. This 1 in 25, Michael Cho, looks pretty cool. Nice. I thought this 1 in 50 foil variant.
Yeah. So all the yellow on that will be yellow foil.
Yeah. I'm probably going to ask them to throw that in my box.
Yeah, I want that for sure.
That's pretty cool. Issue 2 looks pretty cool. Shazam and it looks like Yar 4. Although Shazam looks absolutely huge.
Yeah, he does.
Yar 4 looks like a middle school kid.
Yeah.
This one right here I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that too.
This cover too. All the different Wonder Woman. Pretty cool. 1 in 25 for issue 2. This one's okay. But whatever. It still looks good. But I guess it bleeds into Wonder Woman current run because here's 797. So maybe they team up for a bit and then go into Wonder Woman run. This is a nice Yannick Paquette cover. I always like his work.
Yeah, me too. I have his autograph, by the way.
I have several of his autographs. Another 797 Jolie Jones cover. This is pretty unique. Babs Tarr. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that too. And she's not in her costume, she's in her Amazon garb.
Yep. And Shazam is on the cover of Wonder Woman 797 by Pop Man. I believe he's an Australian guy. I've met him once or twice. He's either from Australia or New Zealand. I can't remember. Or I'm confusing him with someone completely different. This 1 in 25. This must be a big issue because they have a whole lot of covers for 797. Nice watercolors on that one. And that's it. So
They've been doing a lot of incentive covers on Wonder Woman recently, which is surprising because they haven't in a while.
Right.
Now, I'd understand since we're getting close to an anniversary issue.
Maybe that's why.
But still, I mean, it's been a lot. Some of the covers, though, honestly, were a little bit disappointing. Like some I was excited for that there were some like 1 in 50s. It's like it's a cheetah cover. And then I got the cover and I'm like, oh.
New Superman #1 foil coming out tomorrow. On a Monday? Okay. Cool. Yeah. Foo's video, if you haven't checked out his Superman video, he's got all the cool Death of Superman covers, all the different
he's got the kryptonite.
Yes, he has the entire emotional spectrum of the Superman core.
No, he's got the pink foil.
Yes, the pink foil.
Yeah. So
check it out. If you haven't, those are pretty cool. I thought I should pick some of them up, but
Foo, is that an exclusive? That must be an exclusive. Yeah, it says exclusive. Who has the exclusive? If you don't mind us.
I wasn't aware it was coming out. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know either. So
that'd be cool. You get all the covers, all the foils.
Yeah.
Back to movie news. James Gunn had a huge tease for Kingdom Come, which is pretty cool. And it was, did you see who he tagged in it? Everybody in DC.
Oh, really?
Everybody.
Even the actress who played Black Canary?
No.
Oh,
not her.
I guess
he didn't even. I guess let me back that up. Not everybody, because he didn't tag Margot Robbie. He did tag Ezra.
Oh.
He tagged Ezra, Jason Momoa, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill. We'll see. I mean, it's just a tease. It doesn't. Just because he had this huge tease and he tagged everybody means absolutely nothing. But he was just tagging, like there was the iconic Kingdom Come photo with all the characters. He was tagging all the characters that were on there and all the actors. I do that all the time on Instagram just for fun. That means absolutely nothing. He did not tag Totally Finn. Thank you. Thank you for not tagging Totally Finn. Totally appreciate that, Mr. Gunn. But yeah, so I mean, maybe that means something. Maybe he's trying to tell us something. But they did say they were making. Yeah. Maybe he's just hyping everybody up. Keep in mind, they did say that at the end of the year or very early 2023, they're making a huge DC Bible announcement. Not sure what that means, so stay tuned for that. Follow James Gunn on Twitter and Instagram if you haven't, so you can get that scoop right away. They released the Aquaman runtime, if you're interested in that. It's about the same as Black Adam. Same with Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, right about the same time. Some people care about that. I don't really care for that.
I would like to know the runtime of Amber's part in the movie.
0. They should just make that movie, just cut that movie to only the parts that have Amber Heard in it and release it.
Yeah.
So there was a petition to recast Amber Heard with Johnny Depp.
That's funny.
I say yes. Do that as an exclusive digital release, after the theatrical release. I think it'd be great. I think it would be great. Especially the intimate scenes with Jason Momoa, because he's significantly larger than Johnny Depp. So that would be kind of fun to watch. But that's kind of it for news. I don't want to give a whole lot away because I know we started late, but yeah, there's a lot of good news out there.
That's awesome. So before we segue into the retro review, Tony, do you know what a great idea for holiday gift giving is?
Oh, geez. No.
Female Force Loretta Lynn, which is available anywhere that you buy online comic books. So
yes,
it's a great way to enjoy and celebrate the life of, I mean, she's a country music legend, but she was a legend, period. She was America's sweetheart. So check this out. The writer was very happy with how it turned out. And
I'm sure the writer was very happy.
yeah, I've even heard the writer has forced copies upon people that didn't even request one. They just open up their mail someday and there is a signed copy. And they're like, yeah, I'm part of your collection now.
Yeah, and you are. I've got your Loretta Lynn copy. Speaking of Loretta Lynn, this is going slightly off topic, but it relates to you. Did you know that there's a Loretta Lynn museum? And
Yes.
did you donate a book?
I don't know if the museum is open year round or if it's a seasonal museum, first of all. I don't know the answer to that.
Sure.
But before she passed, she knew about this project because the museum was going to carry it in their gift shop.
Awesome.
So I don't know if it's a year-round museum, it might be in their gift shop now. If it's a seasonal museum, it will probably be in their gift shop when they open for the season.
You should sign a couple copies and send it to them and have like some of the proceeds go to like keeping the lights on there or something. I don't know. Or just take all the money.
I will let you know that our radio station in Wisconsin, in my home area, asked for a signed copy of the comic book for a charity auction that they did. And it was yesterday and it sold for over $100.
Wow.
So
that's awesome. Pretty wicked. So, did you get the artist to sign it too and do like a?
No, I have never communicated with the artist.
Oh, okay.
The only communication the artist and I have had, one time the artist went to the my editor and said, I need clarification on something on a certain page. That was the only thing. And then I replied to my editor who sent it to the artist, and we have never actually spoken to each other. So
that's interesting.
I could walk by him at the mall and I wouldn't know.
Wouldn't even know what the dude looks like. Okay, cool. Yeah. Whatever works. But I was unaware that there was a Loretta Lynn museum.
Yeah, there is. That's in Hurricane Mills.
Yep.
Tennessee, which is where she lived and where she passed at, because that was her home down there. She owned the entire town.
She owned the entire town?
Yes, she owned the entire town. I'm not kidding.
Awesome. Like every building?
Well, there's not many buildings, but yeah, and there's the post office down there and a couple houses and her estate, and that's Hurricane Mills.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, Russ looked up that foil. Looks pretty cool. Great, man. We got to check it out.
You gonna bring it up? Yeah, because I haven't seen it.
Let me grab it.
And Fu did say when I asked him, who had the exclusive on that, he said it was Big Time Collectibles.
Big Time Collectibles Superman. Might help if I can spell. Okay. Oh wow, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, let me pop it up here. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. The website's loading faster than I can. Let's see. This looks pretty awesome.
That's iconic.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
What is it just like regular comic book foil?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because I've seen books do like a metal cover. I thought, if the Man of Steel, how cool would it be to do like a cool, like, it doesn't ship until February. Mm-hmm. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Might have to look into that. I might do that.
That's cool. The blue really, makes it on brand. Yeah, it pops. And Super Rest 9000. See, that is what surprised me. Someone that wouldn't be a country music fan that just bought that book because I was involved with it. And there's been several cases like that too. And he sent me a picture holding the book and everything too. And
I'm one of them. I don't listen to the country music. I think I was vaguely familiar with the person because of the movie. My mom watched the movie and was a fan. So it was like through secondhand, but like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No offense to her, but I thought she was already dead.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you notice that besides signing the book, I wrote something on the book.
I did see that, but first I thought it was like the artist's signature. You know how they'll hide it somewhere in the picture. And
No,
like
I wrote something besides my name.
I saw.
I'm not going to say what I wrote. I'm going to say generally what I wrote, but I'm not going to say specifically what I wrote in case you didn't know. Okay.
Yep, I saw
Usually
it.
when I sign these books, I write one of her song titles with my signature on there.
Okay.
So I gave you one of her #1 hits. One of her iconic #1 hits is the song that I assigned to your autograph.
I was gonna ask you, like,
yeah,
if that had some kind of meaning or something, because I had no clue.
Yep.
I had no clue at all.
Yeah.
But that's kind of unique. That's a
Yeah.
cool way to do it.
Mhm.
I had to stare at it like 5 seconds, like, is that him or is that the artist? So I was like looking at it in the light, like, oh, it looks pretty fresh. So it doesn't look like it's part of the artwork.
Yeah.
Does she have any furry song titles? My wife is upstairs, and she was very confused about the title of the song that you now we know it's the title.
Okay. Yeah, now you
because I guess that's
what I wrote looks a little aggressive.
It does. It does, but now that it's a song title, it makes way more sense.
Yeah, and I try to put a different song title on everyone I sign because she has so many hits. She has so many hit songs.
That's a pretty cool. That's really cool because it makes it more unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The odds of you getting
it's kind of, I mean, it's not a COA, but it's kind of personalized in a different way.
Sure. Yeah.
I haven't seen anyone do that, so I thought that would be fun to do.
No. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. In fact, I don't think I've seen anybody do that either. But then again, I don't know anyone that's doing biographies for musicians. So
yeah. The one that for the radio station that I donated, that they auctioned off, the song title I used in that signature was "When the Tingle Becomes a Chill."
I probably would have looked at him like, the tinkle, like what tinkle? That's just who I am.
Yeah. So I want to remind everyone too that we're going to do a big NFT reveal yet on Fanboys, but I think we're going to segue into the retro review first.
Yes. Let me do that.
And incidentally, Tony, are you going to do the first issue or the second issue?
I will do New Teen Titans because I think that's the first one.
That's the first one.
Okay.
That's cool. So I picked this story. It's just a 2-part team up between the New Teen Titans and Batman and the Outsiders. And one thing that you're going to notice through both covers, here's the first cover. These are connecting covers. And I want to say that there was a retail poster. There definitely was a promo poster for comic shops back in the early 80s with the connecting cover together. But I think there was a retail poster of this as well. And they're awesome covers. But here you have New Teen Titans and Batman and the Outsiders. The first commonality between the two that you would think, well, one is Batman as the leader, and then one is Robin as the leader. And that's true. But you also have Terra, who was in the New Teen Titans at that time, and her brother Geoforce, who was in Batman and the Outsiders at that time too. So there's that other connection too. Yeah, that brings both of them together. So I just thought this is a good crossover. I thought it's a fun issue to talk about. And a lot of these characters we have already discussed in previous Fanboys episodes.
Yes.
So, yeah. Oh, I want to say hi to
Copy 801. Everybody's favorite copy.
That's right. So much better than that 802 model.
Yeah, right. Copy 802.
Yeah. But if you want to take it away, Tony, on the retro review, go for it.
Yeah.
And Copy, hang around because we're going to do an NFT reveal before the show's over.
Yes. This came out in December of 83.
Okay.
I just want to remind people that I was -5 when this came out. Okay. So Batman and the Outsiders, we cut here to, gosh, what is his name? I can never remember. Gizmo. That's right. I always want to say Pied Piper because he sings a lot, but it's not. Yeah, so here we go. Gizmo is flying over the city here. Looks to be a prison. And gosh, I just read this and I can remember her name. Gosh, what is this lady's name? Shimmer. Shimmer.
Yeah.
So they have Shimmer locked up in some kind of prison, like for metahumans, so like a power dampener kind of thing. But Gizmo looks like he's breaking in and he's successful. Yeah, such a dad joke. Hey, you're right. But yeah, and Shimmer's not a hero or a villain, I guess, or an anti-hero, everyone would call it.
She's part of the Frightful Five.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with her, so I'm not exactly sure what her powers are. She looked like she was able to like put everyone in some kind of like sticky goo. So I'm not sure because there's really no clear indication on what she did.
That's what I thought.
I thought Psycho was a mind control guy, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So and then the next panel they talk about the water vapor she released. So not sure. So she used her power to escape, and then they pick up Simon, who's this big dude here.
That guy, that's Mammoth. That's her brother, Mammoth.
Oh, Mammoth. Okay. Oh, yeah. Simon's the voice telling them what to do.
Yep.
So they go and get Dr. Light. He's back. We talked about him before. So they break through the wall and they make a break for it. And Simon, this is Simon. He's got the looks like plexiglass brain case, which is pretty cool. Dr. Light makes him a big bubble and then they take off. So they get back to their super evil guy headquarters, and they have like a cool plan here on what to do next. And then they're all talking about like how they all want to get revenge and punish like those who did them wrong, including the Titans. Speaking of which, we cut to the Titans and they're having just a Titan meeting. We're talking about finances and chairs, which I thought was pretty cool. But Terra's little buzzer goes off. So she rides on her magic rock. Keep in mind, she can, similar to how telekinesis works, she does it for like a rock. So she's Terra, Earth kind of thing. So that's why.
At this point, the audience knows that she's a traitor, but the Titans don't know that yet. And she's asking them what their secret identities are because that's something she really needs to know.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
To get the information, and her bracelet goes off, and they're like, "What's that?" And she can't tell them what it is.
It's right here. So they're talking about like, hey, anybody in the meeting, anybody have any business they want to discuss? Like a total, spies. Like, hey, how about we talk about our secret identities? Like,
yeah.
And for those of you who watch Family Guy, the skit where they're talking about American launch codes, these secret Chinese spies are like, hey, anybody know any cool launch codes? Same kind of thing. Like, hey, you guys want to talk about your secret identities in front of me? Preferably right into my wrist microphone? No, we're not going to do that at all. So she takes off, and it kind of comes to an area where this building is smoking, and that's where the signals come from. And it turns out that the outsiders are here, and a big fight ensues. And I can't remember this young lady's name here in the rainbow.
Halo.
Okay. So everyone's involved here. We have Halo, we have Katana, we have Metamorpho, and Black Lightning. Katana kind of threw me off. It's a very retro 80s looking katana. So I always forget that Katana's in the Outsiders and not part of the Suicide Squad. But anyway, we cut to this big fight here between Terra and the Outsiders, and Metamorpho kind of gets the upper hand. He kind of turns himself in like a big cup thing. He just kind of sets it right on top of her. And she can't really do anything, which I thought was pretty cool. In come the rest of the Titans for a quick battle, and then Halo kind of grabs Wally and's like, hey, wait a minute, like, I know you from somewhere.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they have some introductions here. Like, wait a minute, stop. Like, we're on the same team here. You guys are with Batman. Like, we have Robin. Like we're all good people here. But here we go. We were talking about the reunion between Brian. Brian. Yeah, Brian. They just spell it really weird.
Geoforce.
Yep, Geoforce and Terra. They're siblings, and this is the first time they've seen each other in a long time. So they hug it out.
And that's another interesting point there. How they have it's commented how they have the matching costumes.
Yes.
And Changeling, he's like, wait, she told me she sewed that herself, you know. So there's a little rabble there of some things that she's telling them they're picking up. But well, that's not what she told me, you know.
Yeah.
Because she's a traitor, she's a liar.
Yes, which I got to admit, you know, when you look at them, like, there's no way that they're not related. You know what I mean? They even have, you know, kind of very similar personalities too. So they decide to head back to Wayne Manor and discuss, you know, kind of what's happening. We cut to the Fearsome Five, and they have I just read this and I can never Dr. Jace captive. And I guess they're going to use her for part of her evil plan, or their evil plan, I should say. We cut back to Batman and the Outsiders and the Titans, and they're kind of going over, like, you know, hey, what just happened here? You got some kind of signal on your thingamabob, and like you came, and like there was a whole bunch of confusion. But anyway, they're interrupted by and his name was Captain Hall. Captain Hall said, hey, you know, Batman, Robin, you guys get to get over here. We have a situation on our hands. And I was waiting for someone to make a human carrot joke here because they set it up pretty good, but they didn't. It turns out that these people aren't dead, that they're still alive. And Raven says, hey, if they're alive in there, I can communicate with them. So she does her thing, and she's able to, what's that?
Her soul self.
Yes, her soul self, and she's able to communicate with them. And they hold on, where's that panel?
And we've got some tension going on with Batman and Robin throughout this issue, where Robin kind of feels a little resentment. He wants to break apart. He doesn't want to be Batman and Robin. He wants to be his own person.
Yeah, he wants to be Robin. He wants to get out.
There's some conflict between the two of them.
Yes, he wants to get out from under the classic Dick Grayson here. He doesn't want to be part of, you know, Batman's shadow. He just kind of wants to be Robin. Wants to be Robin, you know, not Batman and Robin. Yeah. Good point. But yeah, that's a nice little backstory. I love the bright colors in this book. Yeah, this is it's a good, clean book here. So they go to all these people's like places of business and try to gather some intel here, but we cut back to the where did they go? I can't remember where they went. Gotham City. Okay, so they went back to Gotham City to take on the Fantastic Four, Fearsome Five. And boy, wouldn't that be the fight of the century? Yeah, they have this big epic battle, and these, you know, the Mudmen come, creatures made of the earth. When I glanced at this issue briefly, I thought it was like several clay faces, like he was able to like cut himself. And I gotta give props to this panel right here. They talk about how hard these guys are to fight and whatnot. Batman says, listen, it's hard. Just keep moving and don't let them grab you. The very next panel, you see Robin is stuck inside of one. Like, and I can just imagine that's part of the Batman and Robin going out. And he's like, Robin, literally, what did I just say 5 seconds ago?
In that panel, just a touch up on the left-hand side, right there, it says "foo."
Does it?
And then on the other side, it says
Oh yeah, foom. Fuminati. Yeah. That's what it stands for. Yeah. But yeah, this is part of, in my opinion, the best part of this whole story. Just keep moving. Don't let them grab you. And then you see Robin in the background. I'm stuck. While they're having this big issue. But not Dr. Psycho. His name is just Psycho. What?
Simon.
Yeah, Simon. Sorry, Psycho's not him, somebody else. But Simon does his big power. It releases an explosion, and then all these people go into the sea, and Dr. Light kind of carries them away, which I thought was pretty cool. And that ends this particular issue.
So he had planted explosives underneath this island outside of Gotham that the villains were on, in hopes that both groups would come there, they could escape and then blow them up.
Yes.
So hello to Caleb. Caleb, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, she can control the ground and the earth.
She's an earthbender. Yeah, good point. Good point. Earthbender. I think some people might understand.
So this is part 2 of that two-parter, but cover that connecting cover. Tony, when we get done to, let's see if we can, and I know we could Google it, both covers next to each other so we can see the full image of that with both covers. So
yeah.
But I'll take this story here. So we are picking up on Batman and the Outsiders issue 5, exactly where we ended. They're drowning, and literally DC is telling you, are you in luck? For only 75 cents, you have the ringside seat for the deaths of Batman and the Outsiders and the new Teen Titans. Now, is that a bargain or what? The title of the story is Simon Says. We see some thoughts that are going on through our characters as they're drowning. Batman saying, I knew I'd die someday. Always thought Robin, Outsiders, would take over. Who will protect Gotham? Robin is thinking, the Titans counted on me to lead them. Because I failed, all will die. Terra thinks that she has a chance where she can get them out of there. And she sees some pieces of ground, and she's starting to put some together. And that land, hopefully she could get all the Titans and the Outsiders on it and then push them up. But she's getting very weak from this. This is where her brother kind of figures out what's going on. As she passes out, they get the group essentially together on this land, and Geoforce propels them back up. So they make it, they do not drown. And DC Comics says in the text, and apparently our splash page copy couldn't have been more wrong, and we couldn't be happier. So, Batman is saying, you need to help the others, Robin. And Robin's like, I'm way ahead of you. Halo's like, it's Changeling. I think he's dead. And then she hears, try mouth to mouth, Goldie. And she's like, what? And he's like, a little mouth to mouth resuscitation. I'll feel fine. And she's like, you are faking. And she starts to blast him as he turns into a bunny rabbit. And Batman's kind of scolding them. And he says, we're not far from Outsiders bathed in Gotham City. We'll go there to clean up and plan our next move. And Robin's like, it's always the same. Every time I step out on my own, he steps in, and it's back to being the boy wonder. So now we check in with the Fearsome Five, and Dr. Light, is claiming that he is the leader of the group. This is something we've seen him do in other stories that we've retro reviewed. And everyone else is kind of like, no, you're not the leader. Every time that we trust you or follow you, we end up back in jail. You're not the leader. And he's like, yeah, I'm the brains of this operation. So Simon and the rest of the Fearful Five come in, and they're kind of telling, yeah, it's not going to be that way. And Simon starts using his mind control for their army that they've amassed of these creature-esque, like the clay mud type creatures. And they're heading out. They assume the Titans and the Outsiders are dead at this point. So now we cut to Titans and the Outsiders that are just catching their breath for a minute here. Terra's giving a little smack to Metamorpho. He's even, she gives him some lip, and he's like, hey kid, you eat with that mouth? She checks in with her brother to see how he's doing. Halo wants to take Raven to her room, and she's like, and this is my room, Raven. Isn't it neat? And she's like, yes, it's filled with light and joy. 2 things my upbringing were denied of me. We have Wonder Girl getting out of the shower because she had to get the mud out of her hair, and she's just gets dressed in front of them, back into her costume. And, we have Black Lightning and Kid Flash talking about the time that Black Lightning stopped being a hero. And Wally's interested in that a little bit because, he went through something similar as well. Batman wants everyone to meet them as Starfire and Kid Flash are walking to it. Starfire says, I know the Batman is on our side, but I don't like the way he treats Dick. And Wally says, neither do I, Corey, but Robin's been his sidekick for years, and that's kind of an attitude it's hard to change. Take it from Kid Flash. So at this point, they've captured this scientist, and the point that the group of villains were after the scientist because she has the powers that created Geoforce and Terra, and she can create other powerful people. And that's why the Frightful Five wanted her. Is it the Fearful Five or the Frightful Five?
I thought it was Frightful Five.
Frightful Five. Okay, that's
or Fearful Five or
I
something.
keep
I don't know.
confusing that with the Fantastic Four version.
I know. I keep saying Fantastic Four too.
Yeah. So she's able to create these people with powers, which is why they wanted her. But anyway, they got a lead, that the villains are acting out in Central Park. And so they get there. Robin says, those who can fly carry those who can't. And it was Robin who found out where they were. And he's like, don't say thanks or anything, Batman. I wouldn't want you to spoil your image. So they get to Central Park. And of course, it's the villains fighting Dr. Light, just like they've done before, over control of who's the leader. The group show up. Metamorpho's on the scene first. They realize that he's not dead. And now they've got the heroes to deal with. And we see Simon and Dr. Light kind of taking on some of the groups. And Dr. Light strikes out, attacks Starfire, and she falls instantly. And then he starts controlling Halo, and she starts firing at her teammates. Black Lightning puts an end to that, while Raven uses her soul self to go up and stop Halo. And she had to make sure that she wasn't too strong, where she wasn't going to damage her, just enough to stop her, but not damage her. And Halo's like, what happened? And Batman's like, it's another mystery about you, Halo, but I'll have to wait until our current problem is solved. At this point, remember, Batman and the Outsiders is only on issue number 5. So Halo is a brand new character, and there's not a lot known about her. So now we cut back to see what the villains are up to. Gizmo's there. He's shooting some guys. They want to gain access to this area where Simon is going to use his mind control powers, and he's going to essentially control entire New York City, all 8 billion inhabitants. So we have Starfire back at Titan's Tower. Cyborg's been working on an instrument and needs a little spark of power that she provides because she's feeling better. And what this ray does when they shoot each member of both groups with it, it makes them immune to Simon and his mind controlling. So he's not going to be able to get the upper hand on them. They're interrogating Dr. Light a little bit, and he's like, I'm not going to tell you what our plan is. And then Batman's like, then we're going to give you back to the Fearsome Five without your equipment to protect you, of course. And he's like, on second thought. So there's Simon, and he starts to use his mind control that's amplified, and it starts taking over all of the inhabitants of New York City. 8 million people just stop, and they're possessed, with the exception of our two groups, the Titans and the Outsiders. And Changeling turns into a big gorilla, makes a little King Kong joke, and he goes after Simon. The rest of the group, so they got a problem because they can't hurt the inhabitants in New York City who are not acting on their own free will, but they've got to stop them because they're going to stop the Titans and the Outsiders under Simon's orders. So half the group is deciding, who's going to stop them and who's going to take on the actual villains. Batman comes up with a plan, and on the off side, you hear someone yell, no. And it's Robin. He's like, Starfire is best on offense, not defense. And we need Halo to put Simon away. So he's challenging what Batman said, who should be on what side doing what. And Batman says, Robin, you're out of line. And he says, the hell I am. I know the Titans better than you, and I know more about running a team than you. I won't let you endanger us all just because you like to be in charge. Burn. So Batman just kind of stands there, and Robin just takes over the leadership. He's like, all right, listen up. Here's what we're going to do. So they divide into their teams, the ones that are going to handle the civilians and the ones that are going to actually handle the Frightful Five. We got another battle ensuing between the Frightful Five and half of our teammates. Of course, our teammates end up with the upper hand through the next few pages. And what's left is to take on the biggest, baddest of them all, which is Simon and his mind control. And they're able to do that and capture him with Halo's stasis aura. And he knows instantly, no, the stasis beam held me prisoner before, and it will again. And then Simon goes to sleep and the city wakes up. So we cut back to Titan's Tower, and they're like, Dr. Jace, are you all right? And she's like, I believe so. And she talks about how Dr. Light had freed himself, struck her, and he's like, we got to go capture him again. And Robin's like, don't think so, Cyborg. Look. And there's this costume sitting there with a note saying, I quit. So there is a naked Dr. Light running around somewhere in the vicinity of Titan's Tower. And Geoforce is saying goodbye to his sister Terra. And he's like, we can spend time together even when we're not on a mission. And she's like, I know, but my work with the Titans keeps me awful busy. And she's thinking to herself, he says, there's always time for family, Terra. And she thinks, but you're more than that, Brian. Now you're one of the Titans' friends. I have to betray them, and I don't want you to go down with them. Batman says to Robin, you led the Titans well, Robin. I guess even the teacher can learn from his people, his former people. Thanks, Batman. But you know what they say, a pupil is only as good as his teacher, and I had the best there is. And that's how our two-part story comes to a conclusion. Yes, and the Jackson Roykirk is saying, nobody puts Batman in a corner.
Except for Robin.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't mind, Tony, taking a look for both connecting covers together, and we'll show what that looked like. I'm pretty sure I had the poster of this too. And like I said, I'm sure there was a store poster, but I think I had like one available. There's a store promo poster, but I think I had one that was available to the public, like a regular retail poster of it.
Oh, here we go. Yep, I found it.
Okay.
Let me make it a little bit bigger here. I'll pop it up. But it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there's both covers there when you connect them. So you got a nice little image going on there. You got a lot of detail, that's for sure.
Yeah. Who was that? Perez?
Probably. Perez did the Teen Titans issue, and Jim Aparo did the Batman and the Outsiders issue.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Jackson Roykirk thinks that there was. I think I have had it / have it back at my parents somewhere. So, yeah.
Very cool.
So, Tony, about the story in general, what did you think? Thoughts, ratings?
It was okay. About middle of the road. I'm gonna give it 2.5 out of 5. Total, but I agree. This is classic artwork here, and I just wish they made it like this today, but they don't. And if you notice, like there's like hardly any splash pages. There's hardly any big ads in this book. So this is like all meat on this sandwich. So it's a very good one. But story-wise, it was okay, I guess. But other than that, I thought it was great. 2.5.
Okay. I'm going to go a little bit higher because for some of the things that were pointed out actually in the comments by the folks joining us tonight, like Fu said, the colors, and there's a level of fun to the story, just having the two teams together. You have some built up tension between Batman and Robin that finally gets, they pull the strings on that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Titans 5, Batman 5 together, 2.5.
I'm going to go. You're right. The story's kind of rushed, and in the beginning, they spend too much time with the Fearsome 5, and it's the same stick with them as the last story with them that we reviewed.
The exact same.
Dr. Light's like, I'm the brains, I'm in charge, and it was too much of that. I'm going to go 3.5 though.
I do like the Dr. Light in the Titans TV show. I forget what the actor's name, but I thought he did a great job as Dr. Light.
Cool.
So if you haven't seen it, I recommend it.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going to go. Still got a little bit left of Fanboys Live. Before we do our book show, should we do
it?
Should we do the NFT?
Yes.
I'm going to try to share my screen. Sometimes I have a problem with that. So you got to let me know if it's not working out because I won't see this screen.
Yep.
I have to add that. Where do I hit that button at, Tony?
Down at the bottom, see where it says present or present?
Yeah. Oh, present. Yeah.
Click on that. Click the screen you want.
Yep.
And then you have to add it to the stream. It'll pop up at the bottom.
Okay. Share screen.
Maybe.
No, then that's us that I'm seeing. How do I? Oh, yeah, I think it did. So I'm going to hit share screen and then flip to my other tab. I take it. Okay.
I always have the tab open right away. Okay. But I have multiple screens, so I don't know if you're running the same setup or not.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
There we go.
Are we good?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. So as you can see, it says it's ready to reveal.
Very cool.
So that means I haven't looked yet myself.
So this is a Wonder Woman NFT?
Yeah, this is their first ever Wonder Woman NFT that was sold. They had Wonder Woman as part of their free ones when they launched this. But this is issue 204, which we just retro reviewed a few weeks ago when silver-haired Bronze Age Babe was with us. And this sold out instantly. Every NFT that DC has done, and they do one a week, but every one they've done so far has sold out. The way I understand it, because there's 5 different levels of rarity, and they're all kind of faded. The one that's the most mint is the most rare. So the one that would look like a comic book where there isn't much distress to it, that's the most rare.
Oh, okay. So you want it to look like...
You want it to look as pristine as possible because that's the legendary status.
Oh, okay. All right.
But even if I get the lowest of the 5, just the regular common one, it's still selling on the marketplace, for $25 and I paid $10.
So either way, you win.
Yeah. So are we ready to find out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Let's reveal this. Here we go.
This better not take 2 hours again.
Oh, no.
Oh, shoot.
That's got to be the lowest one. Look, there's even a chunk missing out of that.
Yeah, it covers. It's got no staples, covers detached.
Yeah, grading is a 2.0, rarity uncommon.
Very cool.
But I still have one. It's still worth, 1.5 times what I paid for it.
Hey, as long as it's in the green, it's all that matters.
Yeah, and for those that are wondering, you can't choose. It's all at random. It's like blind bag in that sense. You know that you're going to get one with this cover, but you don't know what rarity or...
Okay, so it's that cover, but it's different conditions. Okay.
Yeah, different conditions. That's it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's kind of unique. I like that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Was it working or not working?
No, it was working.
Okay.
He was sending that stuff before you figured it out, but
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I couldn't see any of it because I was on another tab. So
yeah. No, it worked. It worked.
Yeah, I wanted legendary too. But like I said, it's still not let me...
I have a legendary Nubia if you want
it. Yes. I want everything Wonder Woman. Let's see again. I want to see if I can go back and share screen. Okay. Let's go back again and see if I can go to the marketplace, and we'll see what it's selling for right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Live. So in my collection, there's some of the ones that I have. I have the Diana Themyscira.
Those ones were the best ones, I gotta say.
Yeah. So I think there were 6,000 of these minted. And trust me, I don't really understand the NFT, and I especially don't understand how they talk about them being environmentally friendly. I don't know how they
I don't get why they're saying, dude, it's basically a JPEG with the special code on it.
Yeah.
So
it's gone down. $13 now, $28, $110. Oh, 11. It went down to 11 because on Friday night, a common for 5. Wow, that's really gone down.
What's the legendary go or the high priced one? 110, you said?
Yeah, but I want to tell you, Friday night I went in and looked at the marketplace on these. The legendaries, they were asking, well, The lowest. Wait, no, how'd it go? The highest priced one was $2,100.
Man, if I would have gotten a
lowest priced
legendary,
one
I
was
would have
$25.
instantly sold that thing. Like,
Yeah.
yep, here you go.
And I guess I can read this, I'm guessing. Okay, here's the highest price listed for legendary one, $50,000.
Oofta.
The lowest price is $110.
Hey, $110.
38 of them have been sold so far.
So between 110 and 50,000, that's a big price gap.
Yeah. Now let's look at the one that I got, which is the uncommon. So look at the highest price on that.
150 million.
Yeah. Hey, I'll do it for 100 million. How's that for a sale?
I'll do even better for you. I'll do 100,000.
And the lowest price was 11. So on Friday night, and keep in mind this went on sale Friday morning. Friday night, the lowest price was $25. Now it's down to 11, but 163 of them have been sold.
Well, that just means someone bought it for $11. I mean, it could still go up.
Right now, the lowest you can buy it for is 11.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you do if you had one that was worth 50K? Would you sell it right now?
It depends on if it's Wonder Woman or not.
Yeah, it's Wonder Woman.
Oh, no.
Keep it?
Yeah. Now ask me what I'd do if it was Hal Jordan.
Sell it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what character I get. If they're asking $50,000 for it, that thing would have been on the market in about 2 seconds.
Yep.
And I would have undercut everybody by like 5,000
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure it's sold.
So
that's pretty unique.
Like I said, I'm still learning a lot about the NFTs, but
100 mil. Listen, you guys know how it'd be pretty easy to figure out if Tony here had gotten $100 million. You know why? Some of you will never see me again.
Some of you.
On the other side of that coin, I have $100 million. Everybody's going to see me somewhere in there. Either no one's going to see me again or everyone's going to see me.
See you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I thought it was worth $10 for us to have this.
Yeah, it's fun. No, you're right. NFTs are fun. Yeah. I know some people that are heavy into the NFT market and they play it like stocks, which is okay. But if you're going to play it like the stock market, just play the stock market.
Would I buy another one? Maybe if they have another Wonder Woman one come back around, but it looks like they're taking turns each week with different heroes, so it'll probably be a while before she would cycle back around. I'll
have to keep an eye out for a Shazam one. If it's $10 and I have the chance to make 15. I want Russ as Batman in Bad NFT. You can make it, man. You can make it. You can make any NFT you want.
That would be an NSFW.
NSFW NFT.
Yeah.
Russ has a merch store, so I'm sure he has it in his bio. So check him out. He's got a lot of stuff. No Super Russ underwear though, so I'm not buying nothing.
Yeah, it's not fun to wear.
And I remember one time he had a shower curtain.
He did. You could shower with Russ.
You could shower with Russ, and I thought to myself, what a great way to start your day. You naked and Russ just uncomfortably clinging to your leg while you're in the shower. Bring back the shower curtain, and we want the underwear, Russ. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, NFTs are interesting. I'm one of the people I get it. I've done a ton of research on it. It's just not for me. I'd rather just go buy a book.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. To me, it was just I guess the thing is, I haven't lost any money on purchasing that NFT because still at $11, that covers what I paid for it. I haven't lost it. I was gaining on Friday. I was gaining, but I hadn't lost. So
it'll go up again. Give it time. Sit on it for a while.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to do.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we're at the book show and channel share, and you absolutely have to go first because I left my book show in the other room. Not like I didn't have extra time for tonight, getting ready for tonight.
Yeah, you had 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
I can go first.
Sure.
Let me see if I can get this to focus properly.
As
Okay,
soon
I'm gonna
as Red Bubble
switch.
gets it, he'll put his face on it.
Appreciate that. So, okay, so book show. This book came out and I was on the hype with everybody else. I thought it was gonna be great. I was excited for it, and I was looking at the covers online, and I was like, you know what? There's really only one cover I want, and you can kind of tell it's kind of glaring in my face. Just because it was a cool throwback cover, very nostalgic for me, and I was like, you know what? If they don't have this cover, then I don't think I'm gonna get issue 1 then.
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's my LCS had it. It was very cool. Last one, and I got it for like $5.
$5.
So I'm very excited for it. And it is the 90s golden foil
Oh, nice.
Justice Society of America. It is incredibly hard to see on camera because it is like incredibly foilized and gold, but it's cool. You can feel it, it's definitely, got the raised cover on it. I'm very happy to grab this one. And so when you walk into my LCS, a few people out there in the community have been to my LCS. So when you walk in there, you have your new issues right on the left-hand side of the wall. And I went straight for it. And I could tell by looking at an angle, like, man, I don't think they got the cover I want, because you'd be able to see it like at an angle like that. I was like, man, shoot. I guess what happened was somebody had flipped it and was actually like flat against the wall, so you couldn't see it. So it looked just like a regular bag and board. And just by chance, I was like, well, let me fix this for him because I love this shop. And I flipped it over and I was like, holy moly.
There it is.
So I was like, okay, this is exactly what I want, what I came for. So I'm just going to hold this and not do anything. Just go around. It's like, I got it.
I love the 1 in 50 variant for that issue.
You have to remind me, which one is that?
That one had an entire group shot, but that one actually had Golden Age Wonder Woman on the cover too, even though she's only in one panel in the entire story.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know which one you're talking about.
It had a big specter in the back, and it was like, I think some of them were standing on his hand, if I'm remembering correct. But that was the 1 in 50 incentive, and I like that a lot. I don't have it, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, they didn't have any of the, I'm sure maybe they did, I don't know, I didn't look, but the retailer incentives. What's really cool, my LCS will put them right by the register. I don't know if that's good. It's good for them. It's bad for me, because I usually thumb through those. But yeah, it's a great little shop. But coming up on my channel, I have an AOK from Mr. Magic Lasso. He sent me an AOK, and I'm going to go over it, but I'll give you guys a quick preview. I like this one. We're going to show this one. So Lasso knows me too well. This is like the best AOK I had in a while. They're all awesome, by the way. Full disclosure. All AOKs are awesome. But this one was different. No one's AOK'd me this type of stuff before. So here's a preview. And it's pretty wild. Hopefully you guys are big Batman and Spawn fans.
Framed up.
Oh, dude, I told you, like, as soon as I figured out what it was, like, I got to get the kids in the car. I got to go right now. So I have most of them framed. So Lasso sent me a whole bunch of these promo posters. And by the way, for those of you who aren't in the know, promo posters, they're pretty hot right now in terms of market. And they're not like, you can tell what's a promo poster obviously because it's folded and hung in an LCS, or some places they don't hang them, but it will say somewhere, it's over here in black, promo use only. So when they say promo use only, that's how you know it's a promo. These aren't like Walmart prints or something you get, at Target or whatever. But yeah, and full disclosure, Michaels has buy one get one free frames.
Perfect timing.
So it was like, hell yeah, let's go. So I got Lasso sent me a whole bunch of these, so I framed as many as I could, and some I couldn't. There was one that was just a really weird shape. It was like a foot wide and 36 inches tall, but the only frame I could find for it was 11.75 inches wide.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's framing that? Like, just make it an even foot, like,
Yeah,
because that way it fits both sizes. So,
yeah,
as you can,
and that poster you showed, I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to save it for your video. But there's something that complements that poster that you showed that I sent you.
a lot of it complements.
Okay, maybe you didn't pick up on it. I'll tell you off camera then.
Okay, now I'm very confused because I mean I was just like, yeah, posters. My daughter fell.
You're like, yay, posters and a random Loretta Lynn comment.
And a random Loretta Lynch. Yeah. But you can see here. Let me get out of the way. There's a bunch.
Oh wow, yeah, you did do some shopping.
I told you, bro. Like
you did.
Oh, great. Now I gotta go get them all. There's one that you didn't send me, but I want to show.
Okay.
That I was just like, oh, now that I'm here, let me grab a frame for it. Not my personal favorite run, but I decided to get, since I had it anyway, I had the Future State one. But it looks pretty cool. I like the black frame around it, kind of complements it. So comic book related thing that I also collect, it's not really comic books, are promo posters and movie posters, which I have, along the wall, and I've got some here.
See, I'm surprised you're not getting those signed yet, especially since you can fold them and they're easy to.
The problem, I've thought about it. I really have. And the problem with getting stuff like this, like the more you fold it, it really puts a lot of stress on the fold. And, obviously that's bad. But if I had one that wasn't folded, like, for example, like when I get my movie posters, like for movie theaters, they come rolled in a big tube. Those I could easily get autographed. But, these, they ship them all folded 9 times out of 10. And unfortunately, it's once I frame them, I not that I would be against getting these signed, but I'd have to bring the whole thing, pop it out of the frame for a hot second, get the signature on it, and then put it back in the frame. I don't think I'd fold it, just because it puts a lot of stress on like the center of the poster frame.
And then you would leave it on someone else's table next to a sign.
And then I would leave it on a table that says "Free Help Yourself." Yes, I would do that exact thing, because I may have done it once or twice. But yeah, I've got a lot of posters from Mr. Lasso. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't frame them all because some of them were just weird shapes. I don't make them for frames. And there was one Black Adam one that you sent me that I was like, this is beautiful, but unfortunately, I couldn't frame it because it had tape all over it, and I couldn't quite save it. But that's okay. I don't need to frame it to enjoy it.
That one was actually in the window. But
that's okay.
I knew that you probably wanted that one more than anything. And I'm like, I'm not going to touch the tape. I'm just going to let him deal with what he wants to do.
No. That's okay. Because, I still like it. I'm still going to enjoy it. It just, unfortunately, doesn't make it frame worthy. But that's okay. I got plenty of space. I'll find a home for it. Yeah. It ain't going to hurt my feelings at all. But yeah, it's an awesome A-OK. He did send me a copy of Loretta Lynn. He did sign it. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah. And now you understand the inscription?
And now I understand the inscription. Makes way more sense. The inscription that we're talking about here, I wanted to keep it till the end here, was Fist City.
Yeah.
So I had this signature and then Fist City in quotes. And I was like, what? What does that mean? Fist City?
See, that means you have to listen to that song now.
I do.
You have to go on Spotify and listen to that.
So you bring my total autograph run to 473, 476, somewhere in there.
I didn't even give you an option. I just forced myself right into that collection.
No. That's
myself right in there.
I was gonna do it. It just every time's like, oh, I gotta buy that book. Like, oh, shiny, something else.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I was gonna do it, I promise, I just didn't. But yeah, so if you want to see the rest of these cool posters that Mr. Lasso has sent me that I had found frames for, stay tuned. They'll do a cool AOK reveal. So subscribe to me. I think I'm 9 away from 600 subs. So let's
awesome.
push. That would be super duper. And then I tell you what, if I get 600 subs, I'll go out and I'll buy 600 subs from Subway, and I'll film my wife's reaction once she gets the alert on the credit card. I'll film the interaction, and you guys can see it. And I'll do the next retro review with 2 black eyes and a broken nose. So
yeah,
for you guys,
see, you will be in Fist City.
Yeah, more like fist storm, just a storm of fists.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
So over on my channel, I mean, the video that's dropping on Tuesday afternoon is an AOK from Tony Fat.
Hey!
Look at how all that worked out.
Yeah, right?
It's like the giving. It's like the exchange week.
It is.
So you took care of something very nice for me recently, and I opened it up and share that. And
it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Good.
Without giving away what it is, I did not think it was going to work. One, because that person's like AAA tier 1, like, and I didn't know how good a health he was going to be in. You know, 'cause he's been in the industry a long time.
Which is another reason why I want, you know, if I didn't have that signature, I would have really felt FOMO on that.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I thought it was going to be expensive, and it turns out it was the exact opposite. Like, cost you nothing. And I was like,
that's awesome.
Heck yeah. But then the other signature you wanted me to get that I did get,
nothing,
which I thought would be nothing, was like way too expensive for what it was. And I was like, are you serious? Like, this is backwards, to be honest with you. This is backwards.
So yeah, I'm doing that unboxing on Tuesday afternoon's video. So you can tune in and see what all of that's about. Of course, I have a back issue of the week short that's dropping tomorrow. I think that's what's lined up for my channel this week. But I have a book show right now.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
So I actually picked this up today, and I haven't read it yet, but it's my plan before I go to bed tonight to check out this book. I have a few different covers of it. So I'm not necessarily opening this copy, but this is the big ratio incentive foil for Nubia and the Justice League one-shot that just came out. So that's
I saw that book, but I didn't see the foil cover.
Yeah, so this is the regular A cover, but the incentive is the Virgin foiled out version. So
very cool.
Yeah, so that's what I thought would be a good book show, since we did the Nubia as part of the NFT reveal tonight. So,
interesting.
Yeah. I hope the story's good. So
yeah. Very cool. I wonder if they're going to make Nubia part of the Justice League permanently.
What I'm too, but all these events take place before Justice League 75, you know, where they all died, and she wasn't in that issue where they all died. So, I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I saw that cover, or not the cover, but I saw the story. I thought about it, but like, I was so excited. I got my cool gold variant that I didn't want it. I could have got it on eBay, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Just because I want to give my LCS money first. But this is the 4 cover. So cover D. And you can't really tell who's who on here. It's lovely.
Hey, Copy's back. Show that again so he can see that.
I'm sure Copy, he was so pumped for, sorry about that gigantic glare. He was so pumped for Justice Society of America. I'm sure he picked up every single cover, including this beaut. The problem is, though, I was thinking about it, like, what if I had the opportunity to get this sign? How the heck am I supposed to get this sign?
Yeah.
I guess
I definitely would not use a gold marker.
No. I got he's got all the covers. I knew he was. I guess you have to sign it on the inside or something like that, but oh man, it looks like I'm tanning. But yeah, you almost need sunglasses to look at that cover. Very excited for it. That's the one I wanted, and I got it.
That's awesome. So once again, to everyone that joined us, Copy got that 1 in 50 that I was talking about earlier too.
Oh, nice.
So to everyone that joined us in the live chat, thank you so much. Apologies again for the little bit of a delay in starting, and for, I'm sure my microphone isn't as good as it normally is too. Hopefully that will all be resolved for next week's Fanboys Live.
I think it sounds perfectly normal, you know.
Okay.
Maybe it's
If
working.
you're watching on the rewind, I appreciate you as well, making it all the way to the end. And we got another Fanboys Live the Retro Review coming your way next weekend. So make sure to join us then for the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube. And until then, have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye.